keep this really short. Thank you, King Neptune. Shane Onyou so much. So this is our launch for the Alberta Education and Research Materials for the Canadian Pride Historical Society. If you're not familiar with CPHS and our work, we are working to document and educate folks on the history of the Pride movement all across Canada. We feel that the Pride serve a very vital and important role within the communities that they serve. However, we found that the historical research is really lacking, and a lot of folks don't know the story of the Pride within their community, how it started, how it's evolved till today, and the leaders and the power changers that made it to what it is today. So we're working on providing that documentation and providing education resources for folks to use in the classroom and at home, so you can learn about it and learn about our history, learn about our culture, and learn about those folks that we never forget. So today we are launching the Alberta chapter of we're working province by province ever so slowly. So we launched Manitoba last year. We're doing Alberta this year. Hopefully next year we can do Saskatchewan and we can keep on going. So welcome to our drag story time. We hope you folks enjoy yourself, and at some point I hope you check out the selection, make a few purchases. You can also check out our website at cphs.ca, and I hope you are able to look at our resources and check out some of our research. So thank you, folks.
Did you have anything else to add?
No, it's all you.
Alice.
Awesome.
Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Shane Onyou.
I'm King Neptune.
For those of you who don't know us, we've been doing story times, or reading with royalty as it's called, through the Calgary Public Library since its inception. So we've been around for a while.
These
doing
5
it.
years?
Yeah, these 5 years. And the vitriol that we faced in the last year has been really obscene, we'll say, to put it politely. So we're glad to be here, and we're glad that people are still brave enough to book us and still come to the event. So thank you all for showing up as well.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to jump right in with a story to start? Do you feel like you need
I think so,
to...
because there's a little ends here, so maybe we'll relax for a minute, and then we'll get into some songs after the first book. What do you say?
Yeah.
Why don't we start with this fun one?
Okay. I really like this one here. I don't believe they have this here because not yet, but I'm hoping to inspire this purchase because I love this book. It actually belonged to my partner here from when they were like this big. They were given this, and it's fun because it's a fabric book and you don't see that very often anymore, and it was made with love. I know we looked it up. You could find like kits for making your own fabric bag or fabric story. Apparently they, when they're new, are quite poofy and more like a pillow, less like something that's been flattened over the years. But this one's been used with love, I can tell. So
They're also good for like...
Or as a wipe.
Seriously, and they can be thrown in the wash afterwards. So it's a twofer there. So this one's called The Rainbow Zebra. Start it off. Once in a jungle far away, a herd of zebras spent each day. They grazed on grasses in the sun, and they pranced and played and had great fun. They all wore stripes of black and white, which to the zebras seemed quite right. Black and white's the way to be, they all agreed contentedly. And they were quite happy with their lot, except for one. For his were not black and white, but a brighter hue of yellow, green, red, and blue. Every time I say this story, somebody's like, add purple. I agree, that should be in there. This little zebra said with a sigh, I want to be like you. Oh, why can't I be black and white too? Not yellow, red, and green, and blue. He tried to scrub his stripes away, and he tried to cover them up with clay. He tried to fade them in the sun. But nothing worked. No way, not one. So finally, one dismal day, he waved farewell, and he went away. He told the herd, I must go see if somewhere there's someone like me. And so he's on a mission. He walked until he came by chance upon a place called Jungle Ranch. Here, he said, I hope maybe to find someone who looks like me. But he met a leopard wearing lots of splendid orange polka dots. Right there. And a silly green gazelle was there. And a sleepy lion with red hair. It's so hard to see that gazelle. It blends in so well. He met all sorts of jungle creatures with bright colors and pleasant features. And you're nice, he said, as nice as can be, but none of you are striped like me. So he must continue. And so he walked for hours and hours until he came to the land of flowers. Their smiling faces were green and blue and red and pink and yellow too. But none of you are striped like me, the zebra sighed unhappily. And now, quite tired, he lay his head upon a fragrant flower bed. But he woke again to thunder and lightning, and rain so heavy it was frightening. A dreadful storm had come to pass. It shook the trees and it shook the grass. Sleeping there, holding out in the storm.
Yeah.
And when at last the storm passed by, a rainbow arced across the sky. And the zebra smiled with great delight at seeing such a wondrous sight. A rainbow is beautiful to see, and it's striped, just like me. And so from that day, he took great pride in his own multicolored hide, and back to the herd he brought aglow the beauty of his own rainbow.
Love it.
So what we normally do at this point is a little song.
Break up
Barely
the
squished in there. Can we make it work?
I think we can make people stand up a little. Yeah, it's good to shake things up.
All right,
I'll join us.
everyone up. If we are able, for sure.
Absolutely. Otherwise, get creative. You can do it from your seat.
Yep, whatever you need to. Do the spaceship one first.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do a little song called Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. And the whole point of it is we're going to take you on a little bit of an adventure. So, follow along if you know it. We'll do it a couple times here. And it goes a little something like this. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. 5, 4,
Scrunch down if you can.
3, 2, 1, blast off!
Yay!
Now we're out enjoying the moon.
Yeah. What is it like when you're on the moon? No air. That's the word I was looking for.
There's not a lot of air either.
It's there. Good point.
How about we take another trip? I particularly would like to share my home nation of Neptune. If you want to take a look, do we all want to go to Neptune?
It's a nice blue planet. It's great. We've been there before. You gonna join us?
Yeah.
Let's
Hey,
do it.
go something like this. Zoom, 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 we're going to Neptune. Zoom, 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 we're going to Neptune. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going to Neptune. Now Neptune's far away. So we're going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Isn't it beautiful out here?
Now, I don't know what it's like on Neptune.
Actually, fun fact, on Neptune, it rains diamonds. That's how hard the pressure is in some areas. It actually rains diamonds on Neptune. I'm sure there's a book about it somewhere in the
But don't worry, our spaceship is equipped for diamond protection.
Yeah.
So we will be able to leave. Shall we head back to Earth?
Yeah, let's go back to
Let's
Earth.
do it.
Okay.
Let's go back to Earth.
Yeah.
This is always the hard one, so let's do it.
Yeah.
You ready to go back to Earth?
Do it
Shall
one more
we?
time?
One more time.
Zoom, zoom, zoom,
we're going back to Earth. Zoom, 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 we're going back to Earth. If you want to take a trip, climb aboard my rocket ship. Zoom, 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 we're going back to Earth. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Yay!
Your parents would have been really upset with you if we left you on Neptune.
Yeah, we would have been in trouble. We would have been in trouble.
Yeah, glad we're here.
All right, we can move along to another book if you'd like, if everybody wants to sit back down
Once
after
you're not
all that
asleep.
excitement. All right. I'm gonna do one of my favorites. I've got 2 of them here today. This one may be here. All these books that I have beside me are actually my own personal collection. I do have more. If you guys would like to take a picture of my rainbow collection, Owl's Nest, you are welcome to. I've got a ton of books up to here. I've been doing it for a while, so. My favorite is called I'm Not a Girl. And the author of this, Maddox Lyons, is a trans youth author as well. So Jessica Verity is the other author, and it's illustrated by Janice. All right, good one. Today is Picture Day. I hate Picture Day, but nobody understands. Look pretty in this, Mom says. You see that? Yeah? Everybody see it back there? I don't want to be pretty. Not on Picture Day. And not on Halloween either. How about a princess gown? The salesperson asks. Or fairy wings? Finally, I find the perfect costume. A pirate it is, matey. But Mum takes a different costume off the rack. Uh-oh.
Whoa, whoa.
But, let's see. Hey. Do you guys see what it is over there? Can you see that? That costume? It's not what I thought. Are we ready? Because you see what they've got here, but they've got that. But if you look here, there's something different. Okay, ready? Here we go. Beth comes over for trick-or-treat. How come you get to wear a dress like a boy? I grumble. Or, how come you get to dress like a boy? That was my bad, sorry. I grumble. She shrugs. My mom says she used to be a tomboy, too. What's a tomboy? A girl who likes to wear boyish stuff. Oh, that's not me, then. I'm not a girl, I tell her. Beth looks confused. I'm not a girl, I say again, taking out my sword. Beth draws her sword, too. Yes, you are. No, I'm not. It's always fun. Who likes to play swords? You like swords? I mean, the soft swords, of course. Nobody seems to hear me, so I try to show them or draw them what I mean. See down here? See the pictures? But that doesn't work either. When it snows, Dad and I go outside to play. Honey, put on your jacket, he tells me. I flop down the snow and make another angel. I'd rather be cold and wet than not be me. You know why? Maybe not yet. Do you know why yet, King Neptune? Maybe the color?
It seems like she doesn't like the color pink.
I'm thinking maybe not.
Something about it.
Maybe. There's so many amazing women who have accomplished so many important things. I know girls are really cool, because they are. Right? See all those important women up there? Parents?
That's by a few, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of great ones up there, that's for sure. I'm just not one. And that's okay. Because why? Because we love everybody. I've spent all year wishing, but birthday wishes are the most powerful. I close my eyes and I feel the warmth from the candles on my face. I wish everyone could see the real me. It's a big wish. I keep the wish in my mind even after my birthday is over. Summer comes and I have to go shopping again, but I can't stay quiet this time. I say, no, 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 no. To every swimsuit Mom picks. We're not leaving until you pick something, she says. Anything? I can tell she's frustrated. But all year I've felt frustrated too. I feel a compromise coming on.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa. Anything I ask, you mean it? Mom nods. Do you see it? Can you see it? Doesn't that look comfy? Well, it'll protect you from the sun. Good job, Mom. You can't say anything nice.
You said anything.
There we go. I meet 2 new friends at the pool. We spend the day playing games, having races, and timing how long we can hold our breath underwater. Time to reapply your sunscreen, Hannah, Dad calls. Hannah? Grace says, confused. We thought you were a boy, Jake says. I am a boy, I insist. But no one believes me, though. It's fair. Yet. We believe you, Grace says, nodding. You're like our cousin. Our family thought she was a boy, but she's actually a girl, Jake says. She's transgender, just like us. I think about what Grace and Jake said. Over the next few days, I gather up my courage. And when Mom and Dad and I are having breakfast together, I start to talk. Oh, that's scary stuff. It is a big conversation. I talk, and I talk, and I talk, and I say all the things I didn't know how to say before. I tell them I'm a boy. Mom and Dad both listen. Finally, there's only one thing left to say. Can I get a haircut? This year, I'm excited for Picture Day. And that is gender-affirming care.
Yay.
Yay! Tell them.
Yeah. Who's feeling a little hungry after that book?
I'm hungry. Are you hungry? For some fake food before we get too excited here? Make sure. Not some imaginary food. Let's do it. Do you know what this is? This is my big watermelon.
Pick up a watermelon.
Big. It's like
They're big.
so that's your watermelon. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
God, it's like a crown. What kind of fruit looks like a bit of a crown? Maybe
A little prickly.
maybe a pineapple?
That's the one.
Okay, so we got
Pineapple.
watermelon, we got pineapple.
Okay, and then when you chop something up for, say, a sandwich or cereal, what would that be maybe?
I want
It's kind of long and yellow.
Maybe bananas.
But bananas.
So bananas.
Bananas, that's the one. Okay,
So we
so
chop our bananas.
yep, we got a watermelon, we got a pineapple,
Yep.
and we got bananas that we chop up.
Okay.
Okay, are we all ready for this? Let's make a fruit salad, okay?
Watermelon, watermelon, pineapple, pineapple, banana, banana, fruit salad. Toss it really good. Fruit salad.
There we go. Should we try one more with some different fruits? This is where I always get confused, so the young buck steps in. So I'm going to throw some other fruits at our young friend here, and we're going to do it. What's your favorite fruit? Do you have one? You like raspberries? We can do raspberries.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Anybody
You
else
got a
have a
favorite
favorite fruit out there? Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Watermelon.
You like
Okay,
watermelon?
what's your second favorite fruit?
Grapes.
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 Grapes are good.
Raspberries and grapes.
Grapes. Now we need one more.
One more. Who's got another suggestion for us? A favorite fruit?
Oranges.
Durian. We want durian. Hey,
You don't have to leave the building to eat that.
hey, I take an audience suggestion any day. One time I asked that question to a group of kids and somebody was like, mushrooms! And I was like, all right, we're putting mushrooms in our food. Okay, so,
Tomatoes technically a fruit too.
It is. It
okay,
is.
so we're going to go with raspberries and then
It's grapes and
durian. So what kind of action? I feel like so raspberries. You pick raspberries, right?
Right?
So
I
we're
got
gonna
the little bush.
nice and gentle.
Because you won't want to squish them.
Get off of
Unless you want to make lipstick, of course.
Yeah, grape. Or sorry, that was raspberries.
Raspberries.
Grapes often grow on vines, so you gotta like pick them off the vines up high. Okay.
A little higher. Still
And now
thinking.
durian, I think we're gonna go something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are our
I'm gonna give
actions.
you the cat action.
that was fun.
Durian. It's great. It's great.
Okay,
Try it.
it's gonna
Yeah, be
work.
adventurous.
It's gonna work.
Try new things. So it's gonna go
Now it's
something a little bit like this. Picking raspberries, picking raspberries. Get some grapes, get some grapes. Don't forget the durian. Don't forget the durian. Fruit salad. Fruit salad.
Yeah, right? Ugh.
Do we like that one?
Yeah.
Do we want to do one more?
Well, I think they want tomatoes in there.
Okay, so we now have tomatoes.
So
I need two more fruits now.
I think it's
Mangoes.
mangoes. Okay.
And tomatoes.
Mangoes.
We got a theme going.
Do mangoes and tomatoes go together?
Yeah.
They're about to.
We need one more.
apples.
Apples.
We can do apples.
So now is where we have apples, and we have mangoes, and we have
Tomatoes.
tomatoes. Oh goodness. Okay. Let's see. How do we pick these things? Tomatoes
Are
are
also on a vine.
on a, but they're
lower.
right. But again, nice and fragile. So we're gonna make sure you're getting your tomatoes.
Fragile. I'm gonna throw a tomato back there.
And mangoes grow on trees, and so we're gonna be picking those ones up high. I think again here, picking right.
We can just
Apples.
chop the
Oh,
apples.
apples fall on the ground and fall.
They do in the
Yeah, and we take them
basket.
off the ground.
Right?
Yeah.
Well
Put them in the
done.
basket.
All
Yeah.
right. So we'll grab those apples off the
Put them
ground.
in the basket.
Terrible fruit quality here when you're just picking them up off the ground. Coming from an orchard kid, I don't know about this, but
I need them.
it's gonna go something a little bit like this.
Okay.
Ready?
Tasty tomatoes, tasty tomatoes. Get yourself a mango.
Okay. Get yourself a mango.
Get yourself a mango. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then what was the other one? Apples. Ah, yes.
Yes, yes.
Gathering our apples. Gathering our apples. Fruit salad. Fruit salad. We're trying some crazy things today.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes we get bored of the things we cook every day, so maybe we should take some inspiration. And...
We really should. I'm gonna try this tomato salad thing here at home.
Tomato,
No,
apple,
not.
mango, like... I'm
Why don't we
not
just take
upset.
all the 9 fruits we had and make one big salad, including the... Huh? What do you think?
You think our memories... Okay, yeah, we're doing
You
it.
can do it. I have faith in you, young man.
All right, that song would go something like this.
Love it.
Watermelon, watermelon, pineapple, pineapple, banana-nanas, banana-nanas, fruit salad,
Okay.
fruit
We need
salad.
more of them.
Picking raspberries, picking raspberries. Get some grapes, grab some grapes. Durian. Don't forget the durian. Don't forget the durian. Fruit salad, fruit salad.
Okay.
All right.
Tomatoes?
Yeah. Delicate tomatoes, very tasty tomatoes. Everyone was quiet on that one. I was like, they were sleeping.
Because they're soft. We didn't want to bruise them at all.
Mangoes. Yeah.
Mangoes, yeah.
Pick yourself a mango. Pick yourself a mango. Harvesting some apples. Harvesting some apples. Big fruit salad.
Toss that.
Big fruit
Can I
salad.
toss that really good? Can you help me toss this? No. Toss it. There we go. Yeah.
You're all silly.
Oh,
But fruit's good for you.
that'll feed y'all for a year. Okay. All right, brother, you ready?
Are we ready for some more stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 2 more.
Reading's cool. I have a favorite here I would love to share. The story is called My Shadow is Purple. And it's written and illustrated by Scott Stewart, the talented little bugger.
There's a whole line of these too. So good.
Yeah, there's another one called My Shadow is Pink, which is a really cute story. This one goes a little something like this. My dad has a shadow that's blue as a berry, and my mom's is as pink as a blossoming cherry. There's only those choices, a 2 or a 1, but mine is quite different. It's both, and it's none. If theirs are straight, then mine's a circle, for my shadow's different. Wait for it. My shadow's purple. My shadow loves playing with all sorts of toys. Things loved by girls and things loved by boys. They've got a superhero, a little princess, a unicorn, and a dinosaur. That definitely looks like my toy box when I was a kid. I dance with the pinks as they turn and they spin, and play sport with the boys as they lose and they win. Some of my friends think I'm simply confused, but the thing I love most is not having to choose. Some tell me I'm blue, 'cause only blue can be strong. But my mom's strong too, so I think that they're wrong. Some tell me I'm pink, 'cause pink's the most caring. But dad's always crying and loving and sharing. So you can both. Why can't I love sport and dancing and trains and ponies and glitter and engines and planes? Why must I choose and exclude all the rest? I love choosing both because both is the best. And now it is time for the greatest event. The school dance is here and the invite's been sent. Remember your first school dance? Crazy times happen there. I'm ready to rock, and I'm feeling quite cute. My mom made my skirt, and my dad made my suit. Do you see that there? I don't know if you know who Billy Porter is, but it reminds me very much of Billy Porter.
Yeah.
I bounce through the door and gasp as I enter. The room's split in two, right down the center. Blue shadows go left, and pink shadows go right. And once we're split up, we'll kickstart this night. And everyone laughs as they head to their zones. And right in the middle, I'm left all alone. I don't know which way to go. I look to the left, where the shadows are blue, and they wave me over saying, "You're blue too!" But then I look to the right, as I struggle to think, and they call me over. "Come on, you're pink!" It's nice that he's loved by, they all want him on their team.
Yep.
The teacher walks up, looking rather amused. "I know you're different, but now you must choose." And my heart just starts racing, and tears fill my eyes. I know I must choose, but I don't understand why. That's confusing for someone. The room has gone quiet, and everyone's looking. My cheeks are so red they feel like they're cooking. If I cannot be purple, then I cannot stay. I'll leave and go home, I quietly say. I slowly start walking. My legs, they're like jello. But a voice breaks the silence. "My shadow's yellow." My eyes open wide. My shadow, it gawks. A child walks to the middle, looks up, and talks. "There's more than two colors our shadows can be." I was scared too. I was scared before, but blue's not for me. I know from outside, blue fits like a glove, but my shadow's yellow, which to me feels like love. They turn with a smile and take hold of my hand. Take my hand. Got you. "Who wants to join us? There's room here to stand." At first, no one moves. Then, hands in the air. My shadow's brown as a big grizzly bear. Roar. My shadow's red, mine's silver, mine's green, mine's violet, and mine's orange, mine's aquamarine.
Nice.
They'd all rush to join us, whatever their color. Blue, pink, and purple, and shadows called other. I look at each shadow, no two are the same. On each happy face, there's no trace of shame. Each different and special and fully unique. No color's stronger and no color's weak. The teacher comes over as we're joined as one. Whatever your color, start dancing, have fun. The end.
You.
Yeah. What color would you all be if you were to get to choose your shadow color? Anybody have a color that calls to them?
Aquamarine for sure.
Yeah, that would hit. That would
Is there a
hit.
reason behind aquamarine?
It's just a nice color.
It is a good color, I agree.
What would your color be?
I would definitely be silver.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Nowadays, I would be silver.
That's just light blonde.
I'm proud of my silver. I like yours too.
Thank you.
I think mine's obvious.
Might be red. I'm not sure.
It would be what I lovingly refer to as Neptune blue.
Neptune
Yeah.
blue. 100%. Any other great shadow colors out there? What about you?
Purple.
Purple?
Nice, yes.
And you?
Pink.
Pink?
Ooh. What would your color be? Do you have a favorite color?
Yeah, you do.
Is it rainbow? Would you be able to call it?
That's a rainbow.
That would have been my answer.
Yeah, I like it.
Rainbow's good. All right. So what we'll do is we'll take you into another book. This one is one of my favorites. It's called Jack Not Jackie, and it's actually personally my story of me growing up. It's not really, but I can
write it.
relate to the story is what I'm trying to say, I guess. And it is written by Erica Silverman and pictures by Holly Haddam. It's a great one. And I really get into this, so I apologize in advance. My sister Jackie has the best giggle. When she stares at me with her big round eyes, my heart feels bubbly. Oh, baby Jackie, I whisper, when you get bigger, we'll play in my tent. We'll twirl like forest fairies, and we'll be explorers together. Jackie sleeps. See her sleeping over there. Jackie eats. Jackie burps. A burp. And a hiccup. Sometimes Mama lets me hold her. My sister giggles just for me. Jackie crawls everywhere. I say, let's be kitty cats. All right, y'all ready? Meow, meow, meow. Woof, 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 says Jackie. I love that giggle. Every day we play peekaboo. Boo, ah, boo, boo. Says Jackie. One day, she says Susu. Mama, Daddy, I shout. Jackie said my name. My name is really Susan. But now, I like Susu too. It's a good name, Susu. As soon as Jackie can walk, she runs. Don't fall, Jackie. Good thing she loves her dinosaur Band-Aids. I love my dinosaur Band-Aids. And my Hello Kitty Band-Aids. My Puppy Patrol Band-Aids.
Pokemon Band-Aids.
No, I don't have Pokemon.
No.
My Little Pony are the other ones I have. Those are my favorites. My sister Jackie also loves mud. Mud puddles, mud pies, mud, mud, mud. Ick. Who likes a mud mask, though? Yeah, I thought so. Jackie, let's be forest fairies, I say. Putting ribbons in her hair. Ew! She pulls them out, throws them on the floor. Never mind, we can be explorers then. Jackie puts on her cape. She wears that silly cape everywhere. Explorers don't wear capes, I tell her. So what? I can fly, I can buzz, I'm Superbug. I love being Superbug. She jumps off the bed and whooshes away. Do we have capes at home? Yeah? If you don't, the towel works.
Get those good
Pride
beach
flag.
towels.
Yeah, the real big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Jackie's birthday, Mama buys her a dress. This happened to me when I was 6. This is so funny. But Jackie throws it on the floor and cries. Daddy says, rubbing his chin. Someone does not like their new dress. That's okay. She can wear whatever feels right, says Mama. Jackie puts on Daddy's hat, puts on his vest, and she rubs her chin and says, just like Daddy, I say, only smaller. Jackie giggles. I can see you wearing that outfit, King Neptune.
Definitely would.
That's totally, it's even got a blue shirt on in there, so you're good. When we go shopping for clothes, Jackie runs to the boys section. No, not over there, Jackie, I shout. Over here. But Jackie picks out shorts and a shirt and a baseball cap and a tie. No ties, I say, snatching it from her. Jackie grabs it back. Mine. But ties are for boys. We wear what feels right, says Mama. Remember? But it's wrong, I say. Not wrong, Susu, says Mama. Just different. Just different.
Different's great.
Yep. Jackie wears her new baseball cap to the park. While I swing on the monkey bars, Jackie plays with Boy in the sandbox. Together they push little cars over bumpy roads. Let's do our car sounds. Vroom, vroom, vroom. Time to go, calls Daddy. Bye, Roy, says Jackie, waving to her friend. Bye, Jack, calls the boy. Jack? I ask. But your name is... No, Jackie yells, then covers her ears and sticks out her tongue at me. Can you guys do that? Cover your ears, stick out your tongue. No. Yes. Your turn. There we go. Perfect. We all walk slowly. Daddy, Jackie, Mama, and me. Nobody says anything all the way home. Thanks for a long walk. On haircut day, I go first. Not too much, Mama. I like it swingy. Everybody swing their long hair. Ooh, oh, that feels good. Right? But Jackie says, more, more, more. So Mama cuts and cuts. Stop, Mama, stop, I shout. Now Jackie looks like a boy. Jackie says, I am a boy. Mama is quiet. Finally she says, well, Jackie's been trying to tell us that for a long time. I think so. Jackie turns and walks over to me with her big round eyes. Please, call me Jack. But Jackie, you're my sister. No, Susu, I'm your brother. I don't want a brother, I shout. I want my sister back. And we both start to cry. Oh, it's a bonding moment, though. Tears are good. I hide in my tent. I'm hiccuping and my tummy hurts. But then I remember when Jackie was a tiny hiccuping baby and Mama would let me hold her. I pick up some crayons and 2 pieces of paper. I draw a picture of Jackie, and when I'm done, I draw a picture of Jack. What do you think it's going to look like? Besides cool. There's Jackie. There's Jack. Same big round eyes. My sister, my brother. It's okay either way. And little by little, my heart starts to feel bubbly again. Sister just became woke. I open my tent flap and I peek out. I see big round eyes staring back at me. Jack, I whisper, let's be superbugs together. You can wear your cape and your tie. Pretty cool. My brother, not big brother, my brother Jack has the best giggle.
Aww.
The end. I know, every time I read it. Okay.
That's part of why we do these story times is there wasn't a lot of representation for being different, and it doesn't have to have anything to do with your gender identity or your sexuality or anything like that. Sometimes it's just you have an interest that people don't understand, and finding community that accepts you for having that interest, and if anything, you kind of thrive within that community because of your interests. That's what it's all about. It's finding representation and seeing that reflected. Maybe in adults dressing silly and reading stories. Maybe it's just like
silly.
dressing fabulous and reading stories. Yeah, that's what it's about. Is kind of showing people that they can be who they are at any age, whether that's freshly born, whether that's just starting life off, whether that's at any age.
Yeah.
You can find that thing that makes you you and thrive within it.
100%. And basically what we do at this point normally is either a dress up, which you guys can put on my jacket if you want, or, we just do a question period, right? And you can ask us questions about the books, about ourselves, anything that you wouldn't normally feel comfortable asking. You're welcome to ask us now. We're open to it.
Maybe there's resources you're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, feel free. Yeah.
Hit us
Do
up,
you
don't
have
be shy.
any books like that when you were little?
We'll start with Nolan, because or King Neptune, sorry, my bad, because I'm considerably older.
Did I have any stories like that growing up? No. I had a lot of stories that I really clung to, like the Paper Bag Princess was one that I was like, yeah, I relate to that. Yeah, I'm that like grungy little kid that's just like wanting to run around and play with dragons instead of being a princess. I found my niche in kind of strange stories. Like Roald Dahl was definitely a big one for me, but I don't recall ever having a child's story that really kind of spoke to who I was. Yeah.
I will flat out say no. I grew up in the 80s and there wasn't a lot of visible representation. I grew up in Fort McMurray, so again, even less visible representation. So there was a lot of hate. So I needless to say, didn't come out until I was an adult to my family and then even later to my friends. So, it's the reason we do this is to be visible and to have this out there. Because like Nolan said, or King Neptune, I keep saying that because we're so close. Forget you heard that part. Like King was saying earlier, it's just I need to be who I needed to see. Right, and I didn't have a lot of that. There was a lot of hate when I was growing up. A lot of what you see now is very similar to during the AIDS epidemic. So a lot of the same tropes too as well. So, yeah, that's a good question.
Are either of you considering writing a book yourselves?
As a matter of fact, we have.
So both Shane and I were invited to speak for TEDx Calgary this year. During their May event. Video is up on YouTube. You can find it under TEDx Calgary
Or on our pages.
Under either our drag names, or we've called the title of it A Tale of Two Kings. And so essentially, a long story short, our plan A didn't work out for TEDx. And so plan B came in and we had a few days to put together.
Four of us. 48 hours.
To essentially write our own story to present in the form of a speech for that. And we pulled it off. Both of us have it taped to our books.
For our books, yeah.
Like in tiny little writing so that we could present it. But yeah, actually we wrote a story about, in a way, our story as drag storytime readers and kind of put it
We could give it to you right now. If you wanted, we could read it to you right now.
Yeah.
We'll have it.
Are we going to feel this fun to read it?
We could do it.
No pressure.
No, we'll do
Okay,
it.
yeah. Okay. Yeah,
do it.
Let's do it. Surprise story time.
But before we do that, I'd like to give props to both people who helped us. August helped us with this book as well, and
Hiding in the back.
Naomi as well. Some of you might know from the book world, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
We
All right.
we couldn't have done it without them.
Yeah, we could not have done it without them. We were very stressed. So let's do it.
Okay. Well, our story today begins like many of your favorite tales. It was the story of two kings, King Neptune and King Onyou. These kings were such close friends, they were practically brothers. Yeah, fist bump. Being the good kings that they were, they believed in the strength that came from having such diverse people in their land. It was clear to them both that the path through hardship was to come together as people and support each other. And they wanted to share their vision of an inclusive world with others and thought, what better way than through storytelling?
The kings dressed in their very best for their debut story time. Of course we did. Invitations of the reading were sent out to everyone in the kingdom, and they were encouraged to wear whatever made them feel fabulous too.
If books are all about make-believe anyway, why not wear something sparkly and, sparkly and extravagant while enjoying them?
Yeah. Both kings read their favorite stories about finding words to express yourself and how powerful being seen and loved for who you really are is.
And other whimsical tales about being true to yourself and encouraging others to do the same.
Everyone enjoyed the story time so much, the kings decided to come back and read again every week.
There was, however, a group of folks who didn't like that the kings dressed up while they read to the people. And so they began to spread rumors that what the kings were doing was dangerous and wrong, and they planned to protest the next reading.
Yeah, right? When the angry group of protesters showed up the next week, they did not dress up nor sing any songs. Instead, they shouted cruel, hurtful things.
Such hateful things. They even brought signs making fun of the kings for doing what they loved.
The two brothers were shocked. How could anyone be angry with something so beautiful as story time, or sharing messages about love to people of all ages and all walks of life?
Especially when these stories sent exactly the kinds of messages that the two kings needed to hear when they themselves were just little.
Everyone had been responding to the readings with such joy and gratitude. It was clear that the kings were not the only ones who needed or wanted to hear these stories.
While getting ready for their next event, King Neptune and King Shane were feeling a little nervous. The protesters could be terribly loud at times, and they were worried if anyone would still want to come to their story times with so much commotion going on.
Hand in hand, the kings peeked into the royal library. A grin spread across their faces.
As, even with the protesters chanting outside the palace walls, the royal library was packed with support. More people had come than ever before.
And so the kings read to the people again and again. Every time they held the story time, more and more people showed up to hear their messages of love, acceptance, and perseverance.
Some days the kings felt frightened by the hurtful words that the protesters used, but they gathered up their courage, put on their finest, most sparkly clothes, and read books each week anyways.
Every time the protesters got loud, people found ways to drown them out with jeers of love. They made their own signs, they carried colorful flags, and they played music and sang songs, and made sure that everyone inside the Royal Library felt safe.
The community they had built gathered together to make the kings feel safe too. They brought all their family and friends to the story time and kept an eye out for each other for any signs of danger.
So even though the protesters tried to stop the story time from happening, their actions brought the people together, stronger than ever before, as love triumphed over fear.
And in time, the protesters grew quieter. A few of them sat and listened and learned from the stories after seeing what it was really about. Some even realized that their words were ignorant and hurtful and worked to do better.
Others simply quieted down and went on their way. The love and joy within the Royal Library continued to grow, and the kingdom was thriving and using the lessons taught by the king's stories.
And so their tradition of drag story time began. It spread across the nation, and to this day, kings and queens across the land can still be found in libraries everywhere, reading their favorite books, learning and growing alongside the people through every story, every conversation, and every experience.
Because nothing can stop the most powerful force in all the land. Love.
Love.
That was our book.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So it will be published eventually. We've just been so busy. So, yeah.
I don't know if you noticed all the pride flags flying around the city, but
Yeah, it's been crazy. Any other questions? That was a good question. We will bring it to you once we get it published. Promise.
absolutely.
Naomi, put that on your list. Anything else? No?
Where do you guys get such amazing outfits?
Great question as well. For myself, any shopping that I do, I try and thrift little pieces here or there, and then I'm very privileged to work to live with my partner here. Friday Stoner is their Instagram account, and they rhinestone everything that you see on me right now, from my shoes to my pants to my jacket.
And usually a lot of my clothing, just nothing I have on today.
Shades. A lot of drag artists and burlesque artists here in Calgary get their rhinestoned, kind of custom rhinestone pieces done by August. They do that full time and are incredibly talented. So if you ever wanted, like a nice shirt or a hat or
Or you have a favorite
bow tie.
shirt, or you have a favorite something, and you
Yeah.
just want to make it fabulous, Friday Stoner on
Yeah.
Instagram.
they're the one to find.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
It like looks really good when you're going to like the pharmacy and you're picking up your prescriptions and you're like, yes, I need my antidepressants today.
No long, it's looking fabulous everywhere you
Yeah,
go.
the grocery store. Yeah.
But other places like Shein, I know these are all cheap places, but when it's cheap like this and you can ruin them, and it's not so hard on your old heart. So that's one place, Wish. But you also gotta take the risk with the reward sometimes. Like this is from Wish, believe it or not.
You order this online and then it comes Barbie size.
Yeah, or not
Or it comes
looking,
5 years later.
Yeah.
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 or just really gross. Like it's just a material that looks like it's got painted on, sequins on it.
Yeah.
I just got one that was like that. It was awful. But yeah, you can get some real winners that way too. And then we just bling them up.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I had a question. How long does it take you to get that makeup on?
I wake up this way.
Ah, there you go. Look at that. I do not. This is a fake beard.
Yeah. I would say it takes at least an hour and a half if I'm like piecing together all my outfits and everything in total. Yeah.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah.
Me too.
Is your beard actually fake?
100%. Would you like me to rip it off?
No.
I will. I'll do it at the end.
It's amazing.
So you can-
Yeah.
It looks like it'd be painful to rip off.
Yeah.
No, it's not too bad. I'm used to it now.
Everything's
I've had it
numb.
pulled off by people.
Drinking the grape juice.
Yeah. Little adult Kool-Aid. Anything else? No. So I will encourage you all to come out to the rest of the festivities throughout the Pride weekend. There's lots going on. Starting tomorrow at Main Stage, there's great stuff going on. Oh, starting even before that, the Transdyke March.
Yeah.
From the Peace Bridge to Princess Island Park. And then there'll be a show there on the main stage. And then the next day, of course, is the parade, followed by festivities all over Princess Island the next day. We will both be in the parade right at the front. I'm going to be Grand Marshal, so I'll be very, very colorful and bright.
Yeah.
Here. 1 out of 5. I don't want to take all the credit. They're just elevating trans voices this year, so I was very fortunate to be asked. And then right behind us on our sponsor's float, on the TD float, will be Neptune, so we're going to be right near the front. So be there early so you can see us.
Yeah.
Starts at 11.
And we're in the parade too, the Canadian Pride.
Are you perfect?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Then we'll see you there as well.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll check you out.
How far down are you, do you know?
32.
30? Not too far.
Yeah,
Not too far.
Do you know how many there are in total?
Well, I know that
like
when,
144.
yeah, because I know that my other company is like 124 or 117 or something. They're way down
Okay,
there,
yeah.
so yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be so good.
Yeah.
And otherwise, yeah, I encourage you to check out some of the books that they do already have on display there. You can find some of these on sale here, which is amazing to be able to find books here in town, and buying local is always
Mhm.
preferred and appreciated, because similar to kind of supporting, people in the 2S LGBTQIA plus community, you're wanting to support artists and support people who are doing something really important for the community. And I see you as a business doing that all the time with your book readings here and having, such a great display. So pick up a book.
Small business.
Yeah,
business.
they're great for kids.
Support your local business, and if it's not local, come here, because I live in Okotoks and I came.
There you go.
And I will be back.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the prejudice with reading and story time and things like that, just personally for both of you?
Well, in the beginning, I'm not going to lie, it was really tough. We, when it first started off, probably about 9 months ago now, and Nolan, or King Neptune and I so I gotta get rid of that. King, to be fair, that's what the drag name was before. So. we were doxxed. They were trying to dox us. White Lives Matter was trying to find out where we lived and all this information. So it was a lot of talking back and forth, debriefing with our partners. At that time, some members of the community stepped up and were really supportive as well. It sort of waned a little bit, and now there's kind of like a drag defenders group that kind of comes and lifts us up, which is great. It's a lot of the drag parents and, you know, people that just love what we're doing. But a lot of talking, you know, and making sure that we're taking care of each other,
Yeah.
I think was one of the big ways that we dealt with it. And we did have to go dark for a little bit. We did have to shut down our social media. But then we decided that does us no good because then we're not visible anymore. So we haven't done that again since then. So
There's nothing, like, I'm not hiding anything, and
No.
so, yeah, you can dox me. I don't know.
And I'm
out
very
as
easy
a
to
trans
find
person in my
now.
life,
Yeah.
to my work, to my friends. You know, everybody knows I'm a drag performer, so my job isn't at risk. We have the privilege of that
Yeah,
being the case.
very much so. And I do this full time. This is my full time work. So
Yeah, in that way, I would say, yes, similarly, it was very emotionally impactful and still is to this day to kind of see that it's still growing and not really know how to, like, where the end is. There isn't a solution to this. It is waiting them out, essentially. It is always showing up stronger than they do. It's knowing that, yeah, I have nothing to hide. I don't mind if it's on film. I don't mind anybody who wants to come and see a show because, you know, this is how we dress. You just saw how we read. We're not doing anything nefarious. And so I just held on to that and knew that everything that was being said was
yeah, we knew it was wrong.
made, it was made up, and it's kind of those talking points. And so, yeah.
And they, like, for whatever reason, think I'm somebody that I'm not. Like, they think I'm a 40-year-old steward for WestJet or something who's recruiting young boys. I am none of those.
Didn't
So-
do a very good job doxing.
Right?
Yeah.
So, which is weird because I am out there. Like, you can find both my government name and my drag name very easily just by Googling. Like, it's very simple.
Yeah.
But they just don't. They just spew misinformation and whatever comes out, they just say.
Yeah.
They don't check it. So,
But we had to
Thank
come
goodness.
together as a community. Like,
Yeah, we really
had
did.
a pretty bad incident at a library in February at the Seton Library. And from that, it was like, okay, as a community, like, we're the ones that have to defend us. And
Yeah.
so a bunch of drag producers, drag supporters,
so we had
people-
two events. We had the one, because they entered the room where King Neptune was reading and shouted horrible things in front of the children. And then the next time they couldn't get in the room, so they pulled the library's fire alarm.
Right.
So we've had two different events where they tried to disrupt.
Why are they so obsessed?
That
with
lady
it?
who actually, and this has nothing to do with anything, but the lady who actually did end up pulling the fire alarm was, you know, charged and arrested, and she has now since passed away.
Wow.
So I know it's kind of weird and I'm just going to leave it at that, you know, that it kind of happened that way. But, you know, it's just very sad that so much hate, right, has developed and these people are warring factions over nothing, like, you know, over no reason at all.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
that's kind of where we're at. You know, we just take it day by day. We have really great supports in place.
Yeah.
And, you know, by seeing the faces that come out to support us, that keeps us going, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there has always been a 10-to-1 ratio of support, maybe even larger.
Yeah.
But physically there, always, we have a huge amount of,
I really
we
feel
pack
bad
the
for them.
rooms with kids, and then we have supporters outside, and it becomes a really positive environment. I think it's created a lot of depth in our community of looking out for each other and being aware of, hey, you're putting on an all-ages show.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to plan ahead that something's probably going to get processed, and you're going to have support. And it like brought out a lot of activism within the community, which
Yeah.
turned out to be very positive. So.
Yeah, I have an all-ages drag troupe from my youngest right now is 10. And we're going to have a 7-year-old soon, but all the way up to 19. And then me, of course. But they perform all over, and we've only had them protested once, which was good. But they'd like to show up at our readings, especially probably because it's a public place, right?
Right.
They assume we shouldn't be allowed there for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just part of life. And we'll get them quiet again.
Yeah.
Hate won't always be a welcome thing, so
It's changing.
it's changing.
Well, thank you, Kings.
Yes. Okay, well, no, thank you, folks. Thanks, everyone.